Alright, this video is on how to remove or swap the covers on the X bikes. If your unit has the X frame, then the covers are exactly the same. This video will cover that. Alright, we'll begin by removing the pedals on the left and right side. Use the tools provided with your unit. Make sure that when you remove the pedals, you slip the nuts back onto the pedal post so you don't mix them up and have an issue later. Like that. Just put them on there. There. Alright, with both left and right pedals removed, you're going to remove this cover here. It's kind of easy to grab and pull off. It's very flexible. And remove it from the cover and then pull it off the crank. And do the same to the other side. Right, with the crank covers removed, now remove the front stabilizer. You need to remove these nuts to gain clearance so that the covers can slip out. This nut here is in the way, so it needs to be removed. Set those aside because you will need them again later. Lift the frame up and slip the stabilizer out of the way. And now we remove the screws from here, and this spot on the right side. On the left side there are more screw hole positions. On the right side cover, most of the screws go into metal, so you need to make sure that the screws that you remove from the holes where they go into metal go back into the same place, because they are self-tapping and they are pointed. They cannot go back into anywhere where they go into plastic, or it will shred it and strip it. Okay, on the left side of the machine we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screw holes. Now remember I said the ones that go into metal need to be set aside so that they go back into metal, and the metal screws positions are here and these two, so 3. Alright, I got all the screws that in the metal out. Now it's time to get the ones that are into plastic out. Some screws may not come out all the way until you have the covers off, but since you took the ones in the metal positions set aside, you'll know which ones go into plastic. Okay, if any screws are still stuck, the cover will still be attached just loose, so go back and check all the screws in case it's not coming off. Alright, pull this cover off, put it to the side. Turn the cranks to help you slip the covers off in the direction towards the back of the machine, like that. Okay, turn the crank so you can get the other cover off the same way. Slip towards the back. And that's how to remove the covers. To install the new covers, I recommend starting with the left side. slip the cover on. Okay. Now get your metal self-tapping screws and don't fully insert them into the hole, just start threading them so that it holds the cover for you. You may have to get underneath the cover to visually see the holes. Once again, just thread them, don't fully seat them. Alright, now we're going to get the clear cover with the hump towards the front. It's going to go this way. The long sloping side goes towards the back. Okay. Okay, now it's affixed, it's attached or being held by this cover. I'm going to show what that looks like from the front. Slip the cover in underneath and just push it up against this cover, and you can see it's being held. Now we're going to get the right side cover in place. Okay. Alright, and there, it's closed. The covers are closed, they're clamped, and they're holding this one in place. Now you can go ahead and start screwing the whole cover in, beginning with the metal positions. Alright, coming to the right side, I'm going to insert the self-tapping screws into the metal, where they go into the metal on the machine. This way I don't mix them up. Okay, if you're having trouble while inserting the screws up here or tightening them down when at this point, and this shifts out of place, you can just loosen them up, shift it, put it back into the little slots, and then clamp it down and tighten the screws back up. After all the screws, the self-tapping screws are installed, then insert all the other screws that go into plastic, beginning with the top ones up here, so it holds the clear cover. It doesn't let it shift out of place. Now reinstall the crank covers, slip them on over the crank. And now get the lip underneath the cover. There, do that for both the left and right side. Then reinstall the front stabilizer, lift the machine. Align the holes. There. And install the nuts on both sides. Make sure those nuts are fully tightened. Then begin reinstalling your pedals. Make sure you don't mix them up, left to the left and the right to the right. The left pedal threads to the counterclockwise, so towards the front of the machine. Okay, the right side pedal is regular thread and it tightens up clockwise, and you're done. That's how you swap the covers on the X bikes.